Hey everybody, welcome back. Joe Marion here, ASCDI. This is our final formal session of disposition. Following this, we're going to go to our networking session. But first, this session I think is probably one of the most important we're going to talk about. We've called it Redeploy 2021 because that's exactly what our industry should be doing, needs to be doing. Some of it's prompted by the pandemic. Some of it prompted by new environmental laws and new data privacy laws. And we have probably, three of the best on with us today. We have a Guardian who's going to talk a little bit about, they look at it from the standpoint of the data destruction standpoint. We have SoftThinks, who has a really interesting tool that you all should be taking a look at. And they have Data Vista, who's really like one of our own. They're living and breathing this stuff every day. So let me start over with Guardian, and Glenn, take it away, please. Introduce yourself and take it from there.
Thank you, Joe. Hello, everyone. My name is Glenn Laga. I'm president and founder of Guardian Data Destruction, and we are a support mechanism to the channel. We provide on-site e-data destructions, from shredding of hard drives to the shredding of solid-state drives down to 2mm size, as well as site decommissioning and logistics. So all our work is done in the channel. All our customers are in the channel, so it's either the VAR or ITAD industry. We don't work with end clients, and we're here to support you guys.
Hey, Glenn, I want to ask you how the pandemic has affected your business. But before I do that, kind of describe to us, how your process works. I know the answer, so do I mail it in? Does a truck come? What does Guardian do?
Sure. So we'll receive a work order from a particular VAR or ITAD company to go on site and do an e-data destruction. So as it'll come in either via our portal or an email. We have standardized pricing nationally so that everybody is in a fair playing field. And what'll happen is that if it's on-site shredding or on-site erasure, a team is deployed. If it's shredding, a truck is deployed. We have 23 trucks throughout the United States that just provide on-site shredding at locations. And the team will come on-site, do serial number capturing of the devices that we're shredding, provide shredding on-site, and then you'll have a certificate of data destruction as well as a certificate of recycling for the hard drives. If it's an erasure, we run different erasure formats. So we run Blanco, we run EPS, and various other ones. And we'll go on-site the same way. We'll go to a data center and erase thousands of drives at a time.
Thousands is a nice number, but what happens if I have a small quantity? What do you guys do? What do I do there?
Sure. There's a number of options that you have available to us. If the small quantity, we can come on site and do a degauss, which is less expensive than doing an erasure or a shred job. Also, we can do mutilation, which is another form of destruction, but it does not shredding. And then we have a third process, which we have these secure lock boxes that we can ship to you. You can then put the hard drives in the lockbox, and we'll either courier them back to us and provide secure transportation for that.
Is that something, the lockbox, something new that you guys invented as a result of the pandemic? The volume has increased with the lock boxes only because as people are leaving companies or the terminations, they want the device to be securely transported back for data destruction. So we have seen quite a bit of increase in that particular product. What's the importance of using a provider such as yourself that's NAID certified, or is there any? Does it matter who I pick? What's the difference between one and the other?
Absolutely. The NAID certification is the highest standard that you can have in the data destruction industry. In fact, the auditor just left us about an hour ago. We had a surprise audit come in, and they went through all our process procedures, make sure we have a secure facility, background checks on all our employees. So NAID, periodically, you'll send an unannounced audited, and you have to be able to, meet the audited standards in order to continue your NAID certification. So it adds a high level of practice to your service provider.
I do have one last question. So I'm an ITAD. I don't have the kind of services you provide. I call you up does the customer going to know they're doing business with data, Guardian data, or how do I look more important by using your services?
Well, first off, we'll work with, and however our customer, which would be the VAR, the ITAD, or the MSP, wants us to work for them, whether we're wearing their shirts or if not, we can represent Guardian when on site. We have tremendous amount of insurances, so that'll alleviate some of the burden from them. All our guys are all background checked and NAID certified, so it makes it very easy for them. And this is a revenue stream for them. So there's no reason to go out and buy a $250,000 shred truck when we have them all over the United States. And it's wholesale pricing. So there's a level of margin that they add when they bill their customers, and we're only going to be billing the VAR and the ITAD industry.
Glenn, in one of our prep calls, you kind of mentioned something similar about seeing an influx of orders that were sitting on people's desks up until now.
Yeah, absolutely. When the pandemic first hit, our volume decreased almost to nothing because a lot of our services, in fact, all our services are performed on site at the customer location. So, and if there's nobody in the office, there's nothing to pick up, nothing to do. So what we're seeing is a push more towards data center services, where the data centers are now being hosted remotely instead of in the corporate environment. So that's an increase. And going forward, the people we're working with are seeing, work that's 6 to 8 months out, and the volumes are highly increasing over the last month.
Glenn, what's your crystal ball look like?
Well, I really see a lot of data center work coming in, and I think that the desktop environment is going to slowly decrease in the office environment. You're going to have a lot more work from home, so home offices are going to be a bigger moving forward.